If you grew up where your family had a lack mentality and it was a really big deal, and like you grew up, even whether you grew up in poverty or not, if your family thought you didn't have enough money or there was never going to be enough money or something like that, you can still go on to be a millionaire, a gazillionaire, and all that kind of stuff. And you can still have those belief systems in your head. You think that you broke through them, you think you dissolved them, you think you got rid of, you overcame them, but only up to a certain degree, because the next time you don't know what it is. Like something can go on in your life that triggers you in such a way that it brings that belief back to the forefront of your mind. And so now, and you look at it and you're like, wait a minute, crap, I thought I cleared this.
Was it New
But you
Level, New
didn't.
Demons?
Yeah, new level, new devil. Yeah.
New Level, New
Yeah.
Devil.
New level, new devil. But
Never heard.
it's you never know what it is that's going to wake it back up. You just, and that's what really stinks. I'll sit there and I'll say, oh, let's clear beliefs and reprogram stuff, because that's a terminology that I learned. And really all you're doing is like putting one
Suppressing it.
set of neural pathways to sleep, waking another set up. And again, you don't know what it is that's going to trigger it, so that those sleeping ones wake up again.
So you never actually rewire those beliefs. You just wire new beliefs in place. Those old beliefs are still there. They're not
They go
gone.
dormant.
They're not dissolved. They just go dormant.
Dormant.
That's
Yeah.
really cool. That's really cool. That's really
You know,
cool.
there's no guarantee they're going to wake up again, but
Right.
there's no guarantee that they won't.
So you go and you shift in shifting 1.5, and then you get to 1.75, and then something happens. You lose 300 just along the way for whatever reason, some mistake, and then all of a sudden you think this is it's all going to go away, and then that
Yeah.
lack slips back in, and that lack is just it comes back and gnaws at you as if it never left.
It does, but or an and, however you want to say it, like the beauty of it is, though, you've got the experience of having overcome it, and you put in all the years of building that new belief system.
Right.
So that even though that's the newer one and more recent, usually by the time you get hit with the old one, the new one is pretty firmly in place. So it's not as hard to shut the old one down,
Right.
usually, as it was the first time.
So you have that muscle memory, that newer muscle memory to rely on. So you might feel that bite, you might feel that sting, and you might not stay down for a week rather than a month or 6 months or something like that.
Yeah.
So you even if it's a day, you stay down but a lot less time, because that new belief system has the imprint or has left that stronger muscle memory imprint. So that's cool. Crazy shit.
Yeah.
Crazy shit.
It's really interesting, because I was talking to somebody recently who like took her business from, I think it was 250,000 a year, and jumped right up to 2.5 million.
Wow.
In a year. And like in 5 days, she did $500,000 worth of sales. Like just her, it was crazy.
That's enough to send anybody's system into a holy fuck, what do I do now?
And she was like, holy fuck. But then she was also like, hey, this is fun. But so she's like, all right, now that I see I can do this, I'm going to go for 10. I'm going to shoot for 10 million this year. But what she's finding herself going through is like, and she's already on target for 10. And where are we? We're at the end of February. It's so funny to see the bunny hopping. And she's already on target to reach that 10 million. But every so often she's, wait, no, how can I can't do this? No, I can't. Yeah. But she gets herself back into it.
That's
but
awesome.
The old stuff comes up. Are you kidding me? Who do you think you are? And then it's, wait, I just, no, it was 500K in 3 days. Sorry, it wasn't 5. And so she's got that experience now. I did 500K in 3 days.
Right.
$10 million is nothing.
The brain is a crazy freaking machine. That is a
It is.
crazy machine. So this comes down to why, like, let's wire new beliefs into place. How would you like, or is it possible to walk someone through wiring new beliefs into place that don't have the same experience that others might have in terms of going and 500 day 3 days, a 500K 3 days? So what would that look like?
It depends on the person, but if I start with clearing, let's get out as much noise and resistance as we can. So
Hmm.
clearing the energy kind of helps quiet the mind a little bit, opens you up a little more, puts you in that more of a relaxed state. And while you don't have to clear beliefs,
Hmm.
I will definitely go in, same thing. Let's clear as many beliefs out of the way as we can, just because it's easier to walk through a clear path. Now, instead of stepping over a full obstacle course, maybe it's the baby obstacle course. So we do that. And then it's working together to find the habits. Now, energetically, I do the downloads to get all that done, but you still have to do the boots on the ground, create the new habit. And it's really repeat as often as possible, whatever, like if we're talking about money, whatever the money making exercises are, remind yourself as much as possible of past wins. And then again, it just depends. Like for some people, I'll have them write affirmations, or something really cool that I do in general is I help people like write their story.
Hmm.
And it doesn't have to be written, it could be in your head. Daydream that life.
Yeah.
And if you do that all the time, like in the manifestation lab, we do the 10-minute intention setting
Yeah.
sessions.
And that's killer.
So we walk you through the picture and the emotions, because the emotions are what really help solidify it. And then
Right.
what happens is the closer you get to your goal, rather than going through the terror of the new level, new devil kind of thing, where
Mhm.
you self-sabotage and blah, 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 there's less of a probability of you blowing crap up, because your subconscious mind now is, oh, I recognize this. Okay, we got this is safe. This is cool.
Right. Awesome. Yeah, I love that intention setting in the manifestation lab. That's really so the emotions are what anchor it into your mind. You're bothering
Into
me.
your mind and
Into your body. That's important. That's really important. Anchoring it into the body. And one thing that I brought up in Fuck Your Bullshit last week was I noticed that I tend to do my stuff in the morning. Like I read my morning formula pages before I start. Okay, I try to like at least every day, but I get to it like every other day, mostly because I feel guilty on that third day that I didn't do it on the second day. But anyway, it occurred to me that I do that in the morning, but then the day goes on. I didn't even think about what I read in those morning pages anymore. So it was like, why isn't that something that we do? We should be doing that a couple of times a day. Even though I know, like now, I know what the fucking pages say, and I have to force myself to read them because it's the same words over and over again. Again, this is from the same mentor that has that city map in front of him when he sits down to his desk. Read the fucking pages. You're not going to want to read it, but read it anyway, word for word. Don't let your mind say, oh, we already know this, because that's and copy it and wrong. Different story. It was like, why is this just a morning thing? This should be a lunchtime thing and a bedtime thing too.
yeah.
And we should be having constant reminders throughout the day. And then you hit the nail on the head. Talk about that TikTok that you sent me yesterday, which is basically that on steroids. So go ahead and explain what that TikTok had to say.
So that TikTok, that was really cool. So the guy was talking about, he's a therapist, and he was talking about creating the new habits and setting yourself up for success for that future goal. And so he was like, it's funny, it's like the movie Inventing Anna right now, the series. It's like you become that person. So put the stuff on your desk that you would have on your desk if you were like, let's say you have a hard time, you want to be at your desk by 8 o'clock, so in the morning, have everything on your desk that you would have on your desk once that habit was established, wear what you would wear once that habit was established, and things like that. And it's like becoming an actor in a play almost.
But
Because
it's not the same thing as a fake it till you make it. I want to preface this with
yeah,
saying, I want to preface it with the saying that he was saying that the reason it's so hard to stick to the new habits, because we're trying to create new habits rather than step into just becoming that person. So it would be like you said, how would you dress if you were this person already? How would you talk if you were this person already? What would you eat if you were this person already? What would you, where would you go? Who would you hang out with? And these kinds of things if you're this person already. So you create these, you just go ahead and create that life.
yeah,
And his whole little shtick with it was really funny. Go get the running shoes, and then you go get the shorts, and then you go get the whatever, and he's like, by this time, I'm no longer your friend because I think you're obnoxious, and whatever. So just you're going to buy the best running shoes. You're not going to buy a pair of running shoes because you're a runner. You're not somebody who's trying to learn how to run. You're a runner. And
yeah.
and the reason that this is not fake it till you make it, and I want you to tell me if this is accurate or not. The reason that I feel like this is not fake it till you make it is because this is already reality somewhere else, and it's just about bringing it to where you are now. Is that true or not?
Yeah, I would agree with that. It's all you're doing now is establishing those habits to bring it into the real world. But yeah, starting out with I'm a runner, like the thing is the running was a great way to bring it in. I'm a runner, okay. Even if you run 3 steps, you're not the best runner. You're not running a 5K and
We don't
whatever
need
a
those
great 5K.
qualifiers. We don't need those
Yeah.
qualifiers.
Yeah. And it's interesting because I did something subconsciously, unconsciously, I'll say, that I didn't even realize from that because I was thinking about it myself. If I had the office for, because I'm all about environment. So if
Right.
I had like the office that was perfect for me, that I would have when I'm making 8 figures, what would I have in it and what would
Right.
it look like and whatever. And so I went to the store yesterday and I have on my desk now, I have a crystal vase, pink, of course, a pink
Of
crystal vase.
course.
And it's got flowers in it that look very much like the flowers behind me.
There
And
you
I bought a
go.
clock, a little
Nice.
vintage kind of clock. And so I have that there. So I already started to create that desk that
Hmm.
I would have if from that space. And there's so much there. The best running shoes reminds you of your goal, not just running shoes. This stuff here reminds me of the goal. The picture on the wall reminds you of the goal. Those
Right.
pages, you should absolutely read them several times a day. It's said, I don't know how true it is. I know for me, I do better this way. But it's said that if you want to reach your goals, you write them down once a day.
Hmm.
Millionaires write their goals down twice a day. They do it in the morning, they do it at night. Billionaires do it 3 times a day.
Nice. Nice.
So, and it just everything to keep your goals front and center and help you
Right.
to like absorb the identity. You're absorbing the identity. It's not fake it till you.
And and two, it prevents your brain from pulling that forget it bullshit. Oh, I forgot. If it's in your face all the time, your brain can't say, oh, I forgot. Such a distraction today. So yeah, this is and I think in terms of entrepreneurs who are business owner, or business owners who are ready for the overbooking. I like to call it overbooking now. Yeah, I don't want to be overbooked. Yeah, you do. That's why we have wait lists for business owners who want to up level. This is about wiring in new beliefs, absorbing the new identity, and allowing the brain to be constantly reminded so that it cannot forget the
Yeah.
new level. Because
Yep.
we ain't got no new devils.
They're all the same devils.
They're all the same devils. They never went away. God damn it.
They just put on a different disguise.
I see you, bro. You can't hide from me. Anyway, all right. So this has been a really great episode too. I hope you guys have been able to take away some actionable stuff for the week to go live your renegade as fuck life and business. God damn it. Business and life. And we will catch you on the flip. You can find Robin over at robinjrosenhouse.com. I keep forgetting it's J. robinjrosenhouse.com. And I suggest that you get into the manifestation lab because we do those weekly intention settings over there. Robin leads those and it's awesome. A lot of fun to get into that space. So
that's that middle of the afternoon space.
Yeah, the middle of the afternoon space. Yeah. And that's it. You guys come and join us, play in the manifestation lab, and let's go kick some fucking ass. Later.